Hi, this is Russ Benson. I am a Liverpool supporter, and you're listening to Drunkard United Football Show. You all need Jesus.
You know, it is a Sunday. We're recording on a Sunday instead of a Monday, so it is the Lord's Day.
That's true.
We are enjoying nectar of the gods, fluid, so I guess the blood of Christ. You know,
I guess.
I mean, we're going to say a bunch of blasphemous shit in a minute anyway, so let's go ahead and start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Look great in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the Drunkard United Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host / Antichrist Sam Houston. Across the way from me is fellow heathen, my co-host Samuel Graham. Sammy, how you doing?
Not a heathen, I'm just Irish.
Well, we're about
We believe in redemption and
we're about to say a bunch of
sins.
mean things about managers, so I figure we go ahead and beg for forgiveness right away.
Okay. Yeah, it's just with us. It's just a vicious circle.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So I'll go to confession tomorrow morning, be absolved, and then continue to be a cunt the rest of the day.
Now that would be the good Irish Catholic in you there, my
That's
son.
correct.
All right, we're recording at Studio H just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out on all podcast platforms. Please follow, subscribe, review, share. Timmy, you are the fucking man. Every time I put it up on Twitter, within 30 seconds, doesn't matter what time of the day it is, in Upside Down world, somehow Timmy favorites and shares it with people. And should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Sammy, why don't you tell the good people how they're getting in touch?
Absolutely. If you want to get in touch via email, you would just email DUfootballshow@gmail.com. And then if you'd like to get in touch on the socials, well, let's say here you go. The socials are at DUfootballshow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We always check our DMs, so please hit us up.
There's a second one behind you there, babe, just so you don't knock it over.
There you go.
No emails this week, but then of course it was a international break, so all is forgiven. And what's Keith going to say now? Just like, fuck my life. Why do I support Newcastle?
I mean, it's the same thing he says every week.
Not much else that can be really said, is there?
Not at all.
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red blood Americans we are, red-blooded Americans that we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Sammy, got a humdinger
We
tonight.
do. This is number 5 on Whiskey Advocate's Top 20 of 2020.
And well deserved.
This is the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey Barrel Proof. This is 56.1%, which would give you a 112.2 proof. Runs you between $59.99 and $65.99.
Okay.
I'd say. I'd give you a fair window there. Because some people, of course, when this list comes out,
chance to make an extra $5 bill.
yeah, exactly.
or in the case of the larceny, which I had seen at one point, try to make a extra $250 as it was listed at $300.
Nice. Rare Breed Bourbon enjoys notoriety as a great value, and this new rye stands shoulder to shoulder with it. A gift for Wild Turkey fans from master distillers Jimmy and Eddie Russell. It's a non-chill filtered, making it even more full-bodied and rich, which it definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Zesty aromas of mint, eucalyptus, pine, and cedar chest mingle with sliced orange, candied strawberry, and sweet pecans on the nose. And that profile carries over into the nutty, spiced, herbaceous, and citrus-sweet flavors of the palate. With water, the full spectrum of flavors and the harmonious interplay of grain and barrel reveal themselves, leaving an unforgettable impression of perfectly controlled power. Ooh.
That's actually a really good way to describe it.
Yeah, it's a very good description. I love it. The mint we discussed off air between sound check and this show.
Big mint palm.
Yeah. And then I love the nice spiciness. You get a little bit of that heat. Of course, on the over the tongue, being barrel proof, which is phenomenal, and it just gives way to that spice. Nice long finish. I think it's excellent. It's brilliant.
It's I'm
anxious to see what this water does to it.
Oh, it's lovely. It really softens it up. This is a get in trouble bottle right here, man. This is a straight get in trouble bottle. Really, really good. Like, give me a cigar and a porch and a beer, and let me just sit here with this bottle and an ice cube, and I could destroy this thing.
We have all of those things.
Yeah.
Guess I know what we're doing after the show.
Oh my God, it's lovely. It is 1,000% deserving of its top 5 ranking.
Yeah, I give that.
I don't think it's better than the whiskeys that were in front of it.
No, I would agree with that too.
But I think I think it's spot on in description. A lot of these American ryes can get very dill pickly, and this has that little bit of dill to it, but not the sourness of a pickle. Like I said, we both talked about, the mint shines
Big
on
time.
this whiskey.
Big time.
It is really, really fucking lovely. I cannot recommend it enough. And this is one you can find on the shelf, boys and girls.
Yep.
Like, you look around, you can find this one. I've seen this in multiple places. So
Yeah, it's very good. And please, as always, remember to drink responsibly, everyone.
look at you, like a seasoned pro.
Tell me about it.
Speaking of seasoned pros, producer Mel. Well,
Producing a
fucking
clink. Producing a clink.
a little rock star clink there. All right. So last season, we had some fun with a one-off show called Whiskeys of the EPL. We compared each of the clubs to a brand of whiskey. You had your list, I had my list, and we kind of went back and forth. Since we had an international break, and we could have taken a week off, but it was like we still had an injury time to do, so it's like we're gonna might as well just fucking do it, right?
Yeah.
And I thought we'd try it again. So this new variation that we're gonna do this time around is gonna be if coaches were cocktails. So I got you right as you were sucking in on that vape there, huh?
Yes. Need a little nicotine after that sip of whiskey. Managers as cocktails. So we're going to run through all 20 managers and give you what we think they would be if they were a cocktail based on their management style and the cocktail's either ingredients or name.
And I mean, it does also have to be said, in some of this, the club influences me a little because
Me too,
there's going
yeah.
to be something stylistically that go to the club, like, let's say, money. Like, money has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, playing style has a lot to do with it. The manager does impart all of those things onto the team, though, so it's still not money. That's the owners,
And-
but it'll make sense once we get going. I'm sure.
We're going to explain some of the cocktails, but not all of the cocktails, just because then the show's a 5-hour show, and that's just, nobody needs that.
No.
So if you don't know the name of the drink, please feel free to reach out to us on Twitter or Instagram, or shoot us an email. We'll be more than glad to tell you about it and where we got it from. And since the whole list starts with your club, Sammy,
That's right.
why don't you go ahead and get the ball rolling?
Absolutely. So Arsenal Football Club, their manager is Mikel Arteta. I said that they are sangria. He is sangria.
Mm-hmm.
Could be strong. It could be weak. The ingredients often change place to place, but it's always fun and fruity. And it looks very pretty in a glass.
Yes, it does.
My wife is now very keen on Mikel Arteta after doing a Google search when I ran that one past her.
She was like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
he's rather easy to look at.
Uh-huh.
Has she seen Scott Parker yet?
Nope.
Yeah, you're keeping her from Scott Parker, huh? Good idea. Very good idea. I went with a mojito. Refreshing and effervescent, but can be a bit exhausting. Just because every bartender can muddle, aka play out of the back, doesn't mean every bartender should muddle.
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
All right. So next up is Mel's Aston Villa. I've got him starting off here with Dean Smith. A hard seltzer. Surprisingly good. And will do a number on you if you don't pay attention. Manages to be in the hands or consistently around a bunch of fuckboys.
All right. I've got a Bloody Mary
Right.
for Mr. Smith. Old Faithful, but he can be spicy. And it's usually drank to soothe the woes from the night before, a.k.a. Villa's fairly long stint in the championship.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said, good sir. All right. So who do we got next?
We have Brighton next, and this one I'm especially proud of, I must say. Mr. Graham Potter. I went with the Tequila Sunrise because it looks better and more exciting than it actually is. And that was obviously mostly influenced by his team.
I'm kind of on the exact same realm. A Blood and Sand.
I even dried the goddamn thing off, and
it's still
did
sticking,
it.
yeah.
Jesus.
Do you know what's terrible? Is I looked to see what I did. I just assumed that was me somehow.
Oh, Blood and Sand is a Scotch cocktail with a little bit of vermouth and a little bit of maraschino cherry liqueur.
Okay.
So
Actually sounds pretty good.
Very stylish and tastes really good. But there's a bunch of better ways to drink Scotch. It just really is.
That's funny.
All right. So coming on to me, Burnley. Oh, well, this is going to be pretty fucking straightforward, right, Sam? Sean Dyche. I went with the Boilermaker. Straightforward and gets the job done. But seriously, how many people do you know that drink Boilermakers? Not a beer and a backer. Actually drop the shot of whiskey into the beer and then drink it.
Not many anymore.
No.
I went with a whiskey sour.
All right.
Whiskey with a bit of a twist, but in the end, still fucking whiskey. Occasionally, you'll get that 3-0 Burnley performance. Right? Occasionally. But oftentimes, it just reverts back to being fucking whiskey.
All right. I'm interested to see where you go with this one. Who's our next team?
We have Chelsea Football Club and Thomas Tuchel. I went with a gin and tonic. Reliable and steady, and it can be changed to fit any flavor profile with some added ingredients, but it can very easily be overcomplicated.
Okay, we're kind of in the same realm, except for I went, like, we're going to finish on the same thought, but I went very opposite direction. A high fire. And if you're not familiar with what a high fire is, it's when you go to a tiki bar and it's the big round bowl with a little tiny shot in the middle that's on fire like a volcano with a whole lot of straws in it, right? You know the ones I'm talking about.
I've had one of those before.
A very complex tiki cocktail with a lot of moving parts. It sings of flavor. Does it really need 20 parts to it? Or does it really need a 20-year-old cognac? Does it really need to be on fire?
Right. Just completely overcomplicates fucking everything.
Just because you can buy a $60 cognac and put it into the drink, or maybe should you just buy a fucking $20 brandy and put it in?
Right.
It's got 20 ingredients. You're not going to notice the 20-year-old cognac.
Right. At all.
Very, very, I thought him for fire, but I thought all the parts just kind of fits Chelsea. You just buy something because why not?
Because yeah, that's fair.
All right, so Crystal Palace is me. I'm up next. Roy Hodgson. Rusty Nail. Really popular in the 70s and 80s. Every once in a while, you order one to reminisce, and you're quickly reminded why you shouldn't have ordered it.
We went exactly the same way with this. I said a White Russian. It's basic, just 3 ingredients, not really super expansive in any sort of way. It's also a very old drink and mostly irrelevant now.
All right, on to my club. Sam, you get to kick it off for Mr. Ancelotti.
I do. Everton Football Club, Carlo Ancelotti. I went with something very, very stereotypical.
Okay.
An Aperol Spritz.
I am on the same level.
It's cool in Italian. It usually begins a good night that inevitably will end terribly.
Kind of the same. I went with an Americano, which is equal parts vermouth and Campari.
Oh, God.
Sometimes people put soda water in it and make it a tall drink, but that's what it is. A classic aperitif. A little sweet, a little bitter. Leaves you guessing. Also, it can be a bit much, and after a couple, you get bored pretty quickly. That goes along with his history as where he'll be at some place, and he's doing fine. Hey, great, won me a Champions League. Next year, we can do without you.
Yeah.
like he just won you a Champions League, for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so next up is me, Scotty Parker. Clear the throat for this one. A flaming Lamborghini. Looks flashy, fancy. You know it's going to get you drunk. But it's on fire. Should you really be drinking this drink?
Yeah. All right. That's funny. I went with a French 75
Okay.
because it looks great.
Yep. Looks amazing.
And it makes a comeback every few years, but then disappears again back into the championship.
Oh, as you don't know, Flaming Lamborghini was it's Buca and Kahlua, and you light that on fire.
But the Buca's floated on the Kahlua, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
You light that on fire, you put a straw in, and you start to drink. And right before you get to the fire, they throw a shot of Bailey's and a shot of blue curacao on the top of it.
Oh,
So it's got all kinds of shit that's wrong. It tastes great together. It gets you fucked up, but
never heard of it.
Is that really the way you want to go down the hill?
I've
Like-
never even heard of that one. That's ugh.
All right. So next up, you with Leeds. This one ought to be interesting.
It is. Leeds is of course off naked Marcelo Bielsa. I went with a rum runner
All
because
right.
it's all the rum. It's strong. It'll smack you in the fucking face, and it's got a lot going on and looks fucking mad.
This one's gonna be good.
All right. You ready? Mind Eraser.
Yeah.
Seems innocuous and unassuming. And then bam, you've been smacked over your head. Next thing you know, you're walking around in circles and talking to the ground.
Brilliant.
I like how you both
right.
were smacking something in yours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm up next, right?
Mhm.
All right. Leicester, good old Brendan Rodgers. Vodka Red Bull, full throttle. And with we'll do well, who the fuck am I kidding? It's Jamie Vardy's team, and Jamie fucking Vardy drinks vodka fucking Red Bull.
Oh my God. I swear to God, we didn't talk about this stuff beforehand. Because I wrote Brendan Rodgers, vodka Red Bull, because fuck you, Jamie Vardy said so.
Is this the first time ever we've had a match?
I think it
This
is.
is the first time we had a
Ding,
match.
ding.
That's fucking funny as shit. We went the same exact way with it.
Oh,
Those veneers can't hold Vardy back, I'll tell you that.
no, hell
Okay?
no.
He just walks to the beat of his own drum.
If I drink vodka Red Bull, the team drinks vodka Red Bull, and you all shut up and do what I fucking say.
I toyed around with the idea of vodka Skittles because he has said that in an interview before. But
Oh, yeah?
then I got away from it and went back to the vodka Red Bull.
Heard.
That's funny. Liverpool Football Club, you have obviously Mr. Jurgen Klopp. I went with a Negroni.
Okay,
It's good.
Equal parts gin, vermouth, and Campari.
Yep. It's good. It gets the job done in almost every situation. But it's bitter. Oh, is it bitter?
Yes, is Klopp bitter?
And of course, for this one, though, I am going to change its traditional glassware and make sure it's served in a tulip. It's probably the most important piece of that.
Moment of silence for the Dutch tulip, everyone. Thank you. All right.
Oh, shit.
All right, Liverpool. Kamikaze, a go-to. Everyone knows it. It's a full assault of flavor, but surprisingly approachable. It can leave a sour taste in your mouth, though.
Yeah, definitely. That's funny as shit.
All right. This one's going to take a little bit of explaining, but trust me, the payoff is worth it. Man City, Pep Guardiola. The Uno Champagne Cocktail. This is from Las Vegas. The cocktail goes for $10,000 a drink. A blend of 1981 vintage Charles Heidsieck champagne and Louis XIII Black Pearl Cognac. Not regular Louis Trey, but the Black Pearl, which goes for about $90,000 fucking dollars a bottle.
Well, and let's also real quick just mention about a vintage champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Champagnes are almost never vintages
Mhm.
because their yield isn't that much. So they blend year to year to keep a consistent house
That's just-
style.
This is probably a $500 bottle of champagne easily, if not
Yeah.
more.
That's insane.
So along with that, fresh orange juice, fresh apricot juice, and topped with a freshly made rose nectar. Proof that when you have more money than you know what to do with, you will come up with shit like this.
Yeah. That's fair. If I ever win the lottery, it's the first thing I'm drinking.
You're drinking
I'll
that.
tell you that.
And you get a necklace with it too, an 18 karat gold necklace with it as well.
I'll go pawn that and get a rebate.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate wearing gold. You know that about me. I went with a New York sour. I got him right as he was drinking a beer. And I
You
thought
did.
there's something needed to be said. I went with a New York sour. The ingredients don't sound like it should be good, but somehow it works and it surprises you. Like all the false 9 and boring tiki-taka.
Yeah, it's a whiskey sour that you float
cab on.
Yeah, you float cab on, and you're like, there's no reason. Why the fuck are you putting wine in a cocktail? And then you drink it and you go, this is really fucking good.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, because the way you should drink it is not with a straw. You should just sip it because you get that little bit of red wine at first, and then the sour follows up, and it finishes with the whiskey.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I mean, that's one. Hey, everybody, if you've never had one of those before and you see one of those on a menu, order it. If you don't see it on a menu, don't order it because they don't know how to fucking make it.
Yeah, right.
All right. So that goes to Manchester United. You're up,
that's
Sammy.
Me. Yeah. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I went with the margarita.
Okay.
Sweet and sour. Oftentimes, it's people's first proper cocktail, much like this is his first proper job.
Yes.
It's always decent, but often doesn't impress.
We're kind of on the same page here with this one. Jack and Coke, a reminder of the good old days. Nostalgic. And it makes you feel comfortable.
That's pretty good.
Until you've had too many, and the next day reminds you I need to make better life choices. We all love Jack and Coke, and then we drink 20 of them. And the next day we go, why did I drink Jack and Coke?
Yeah. Now, this one I've been very excited about. You kick us off, sir, with Newcastle United Football Club.
All right. You're going to be
I've been waiting for this the entire time.
You are going to be very surprised where I go. You would think something with like Malord or something really god awful. No. I went the opposite direction. Newcastle, Steve Bruce. Vodka soda. The most common drink ever. It does a job. People tell you should drink these because of the calories. But you'd rather get drunk drinking anything else. This drink offers nothing.
I went kind of the same way, but not really. It's a very much a niche personal thing with me for Mr. Steve Bruce here. I went with a Long Island iced tea.
Okay.
And the reason I did is because it's not good. I hate it, and I don't know why anybody orders them.
Oh, the simplest thing in the world. That's brilliant.
It keeps getting fucking jobs. How?
Oh, real quick, just a nightclub story. We free pour in nightclubs, and especially in the amount of speed you're working at, right? You overpour like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I would get people that would come back all the time and just be like, this Long Island tea isn't strong. Long Island iced tea isn't strong enough. We'd serve them in a glass that like this, like a tulip glass, and it would be that much from the top would be filled with alcohol. Like, motherfucker, you just got 5 ounces of alcohol,
right?
An ounce of sour mix and a splash of Coke. You don't understand. It's the one drink that, honestly, the stronger you make it, the less it tastes like alcohol.
Right.
The more it tastes like iced tea. So if you could taste the alcohol in it, probably needs to be a touch stronger.
Yeah.
You said Blue Motorcycles, which is blue curacao instead of Coke on the top.
Coke, yep.
Oh, my God. Blue
all the
Motorcycles.
time. Yeah, I remember those.
All the time.
I remember those.
Blue Motorcycles, like fucking crazy. All right, so next up is Sheffield.
Sheffield United. I actually don't know who their manager is, so I went with Pims. Everyone knows it exists, but no one really knows what it is.
I would say, so it's a Paul Heckenbottom, not that it really fucking even matters.
It sounds like a Harry Potter character.
I kind of went the same route as you just did with Long Island iced teas, except for a little less aggressive. Water. It's a beverage. I'm done talking about Sheffield. They're going down. I'm done talking about them.
As I said, I could have done a cursory Google search to find out the fucking guy's name, and I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
All right. That's to me then. All right. Southampton, Ralph Hasenhüttl. Liquid cocaine. It's crazy, but it all comes together. You feel like you're on cloud 9, full of energy, crying tears of joy. And then it kicks the shit out of you multiple times, AKA multiple 9-0 losses.
I went a different direction, but we ended at the exact same place. I went with a redheaded slut.
Okay.
Because it also it's crazy. Doesn't sound like it's going to work. Oftentimes you could pound 9 back.
Oh yeah. They taste, they taste great.
For those that don't know, that is Jaeger, triple sec, and cranberry, shaken over ice and served cold.
Tastes like candy.
In a shot, it tastes like absolute candy.
That's the only way I'll do Jaeger.
And it's one of the ones that we call them drunk bug drinks.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine. You're sitting at the bar stool, pound your 4th one back. You're like, oh man, I got to go to the bathroom. You feel like a champ. Not even affecting you. The second you stand up, little wobble, wobble, shake it. You know what I'm saying?
Suddenly the room goes to a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened?
You got smacked by the drunk bug, bitch.
Little bug flew up, landed on your shoulder, went nip, little bite, little taste.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so
That's
now
it.
we're drunk now.
That's it.
All right. Well, you're up next there.
Oh, my favorite. Tottenham Hotspur. Love to talk shit about these cunts. Jose Mourinho. I went with a sidecar, and not because of any of the ingredients.
Right.
I went with a sidecar because oftentimes with teams he manages, he makes it about everything other than what the thing should be about. And that's the football. But he talks about the refs. He talks about sending people pigs for Christmas. He talks about all sorts of other shit and doesn't make it about what it should be. So I went with a sidecar simply for the name.
And I repeat, so I don't want any doubts about that. I feel sorry that my team is the team that didn't bring to the game not just the basics of football, I believe the basics of life.
I just feel that that needs to go on the soundboard now, Sam, just to be reminded from time to time when we fail at life.
Like Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes, exactly. All right. So for me, any mocktail, doesn't matter which one it is. It looks, smells, and tastes like a real cocktail, but you can tell it's missing something. But you say, this is better for me. So after a couple of times of drinking them, you realize you need booze, and you go back to drinking again.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I have to say, this next one in West Brom that you're going to kick off for us, I was also especially excited for.
All right. So I am doing a drink that was invented in Chicago the night that Mr. Obama won the presidency.
Okay.
It's called an Obama bomb.
And this is who's the manager of West Brom again?
Big Sam Allardyce.
Remind everyone.
Sorry, I missed that. Thank you for catching that.
Not a problem.
Friend. That's why we're co-hosts. We do this well together. We are a partnership.
All right.
I'm paying you a fucking compliment.
That's good.
Anywho, an Obama bomb. Right. Me too.
Sorry.
A shout out from where you're from, like a call back to home. It's a shot of Malort dropped in a pint glass of champagne. It'll get you drunk, but is this how you really want to get drunk? There's got to be flashier ways to accomplish it.
I resisted every urge to go with a pint of wine.
That's why I worked the pint glass in.
I resisted every urge to do that. And
technically, champagne, a pint of wine.
I am deciding to go with a dirty martini.
Lovely.
And the reason is because it's a one-trick pony. Nowadays, you only order it when you can't decide what real thing you want to have. And throughout history, it's been often associated with backdoor deals and villains.
Bloody fucking brilliant. All right. Leads us to our next one, which I'm very excited to hear what you have to say about this guy.
Yeah, this is good. West Ham. David Moyes, excuse me, since he's returned from Spain, become affectionately known.
David Moisiola.
Yeah. This is a 4 horsemen.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you remember a 4 horsemen? It's a shot.
Yep. Jack, Jim, Johnny, and Jose.
Jack, Jim. I thought it was John Jameson.
No, it
might be Johnny
Walker,
Black.
Johnny Walker
Red.
and Jose.
Or Red.
Yeah,
Johnny Walker
Red.
and Jose. Yeah, okay. Either way. It's not really drinkable, but if you manage to get it down, it'll probably kill you.
The ferryman.
The ferryman.
All right. I went with a gold rush, a hidden gem. All the parts work together surprisingly well, but it's kind of ordinary And there's a bunch of fancier ways to enjoy good bourbon in a cocktail anyways.
Yeah.
It gets the job done, does well, but then you eventually go,
Speaking of a gold rush,
yes.
one of my competitors, who obviously shall be unnamed in case I end up representing them one day, came out with a pre-made gold rush. It is absolute fucking garbage.
Oh, yeah, well.
It tastes like shite. You
gotta
like
eat
that shit?
No, it's something you do. Allow me to make you one. Allow me to make you one. We talked very extensively about that on Injury Time
Don't
last
we
week.
make another one? Because wasn't that the...
I think that was the year that he came late
Okay.
from the Rolling Stones concert. So
yeah.
he might not have had a
Rolling
chance to
Stones.
try
That could
it.
be, yeah. That was sad.
And if somebody wanted
my
to
wife
find
and my father-in-law were supposed to go to that.
if somebody wanted to find Injury Time, Sam, how would one go about doing that?
Actually, quite simple, mate. If you just go on your internet browser of choice and go to www.patreon.com/DUfootballshow and sign up to one of the top 2 tiers, you will get all of our bonus content, which is Soundcheck, our pre-show actual checking of the sound, which oftentimes is personal stories and fun shit. And then our preview show, which is Injury Time, about the upcoming week.
Yep, exactly.
We review our beers, Mel, that we have, our little side pieces here. And Mel doesn't have a mute button, which is always fun.
Yeah. No, that's not so much fun.
I like it on this side of the table. She's oftentimes found in my camp.
Looking back on decisions.
Like I said, husband. Often on Injury Time, we discuss our side pieces.
Much like a Jack and
she's
Coke.
my side piece against you, my husband.
Much like Jack and Coke. I look back and go, maybe I should have made better life choices. Letting her not have a mute button on Injury Time. One of those choices. Let's talk about the last team here, Sammy.
She's actually literally married to you. I'm her side piece technically in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. All right, last team. Wolverhampton. Nuno Espirito Santo.
Is this me starting off here?
No, I started off because you started the whole
That's
kit
right.
and caboodle.
Yeah.
I went with a Paloma. One of the best tequila cocktails around. Problem is, only hipsters know about it. And this drink is really good, but all the normal mouth breathers, they just drink margaritas.
I went with a Moscow Mule. It's
There we go.
exciting the first time you have one, but it's beginning to become tedious.
Bloody fucking brilliant. Well, that was fun to do, Mr. Graham, wasn't it?
I loved it. I thought it was
Excellent.
brilliant.
And how about that? We actually got one the same, but I mean, in all fairness, it's Jamie F. and Vardy. I mean, if we asked 20 people what the cocktail for Brendan Rodgers would be, they would all say Jamie fucking Vardy drinks vodka Red Bull, and he will do whatever Jamie fucking Vardy says.
Absolutely.
It's time to tell you what little we know. It is prediction time. As we talked about last week, we all lost. There were no bets this week. Graham, Abba focused a little bit too much on Fortnite and a little less on scoring, so you ended up missing on your bet because you drew. You're now down $965. What do you have this week?
So I decided to go big for not a lot of money.
All right.
I have a 4-way parlay, but it is all heavy favorites.
Okay.
Chelsea to beat West Brom. Should be fairly straightforward.
Should be very straightforward.
Leeds over Sheffield United with Mason Mount also scoring today, so he'll be raring to go when they come back. Leeds over Sheffield United because they're shite.
Sheffield's done.
Tottenham over Newcastle because they're shite.
Yeah.
And then United to beat Brighton because they're also shite.
And United getting knocked out of the FA Cup. You got to figure they're going to come back roaring for
and a lot of their players. I mean, the England squad today basically had one Leeds player in it in Calvin Phillips. Again, we're recording this on Sunday. Had Calvin Phillips in it. Had Mason Mount from Chelsea. Had Declan Rice from West Ham, and had and Nick Pope from Burnley. The other 7, Manchester United or Manchester City.
Oh, okay.
And that was it.
Got it.
So everybody is ripping and raring to go. They all got some decent football in. Nice little trip away to Romania or wherever the fuck they played because of travel restrictions and all that kind of shit. Right. And I think they're going to come back, and all 4 favorites here are going to absolutely clean up. But apparently the bookies think the same way I do because they only gave me plus 360.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I could take a third of my debt down. Whatever.
I kind of went the same way with my betting too, is go with something that I think's pretty safe to happen. It's not a huge payout, but like you said, knocks out a third of my debt. So
exactly.
Go for it. I'll tell you what, it's a Saturday, it's a Sunday, but our boy manages to hop on in.
And now it's time for our degenerate gambling friend Pat's Pick of the Week.
Pat, Arsenal did you so dirty. All they had to do was score one more goal on that 3-0 comeback, and they couldn't manage to find a winner.
Yeah, it was pretty much over before it started.
Kind of like the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, everyone's bracket, not the tournament itself, obviously. All the games still have to be played.
Pat and I talked about this just a little bit. I stuck around to watch the whole second half, but you bailed out, about midway through the second half of the Maryland game there?
Oh, once they went down 20, it was that's over. I was going to bed. I'm not going to lose sleep over this.
I was explaining to Sam how they basically Alabama made 237 3-pointers in the first 5 minutes of the second half from just about anywhere on the court. And it was normally the first shot off the first pass. It was just, it wasn't even like it was slow it down. You're zoning them. They pop it out to an open guy because they moved and worked a lot. And boom, there was the 3. It was just dribble down the court, pass, 3, net. Okay, go down, miss, pass, 3, net, just over and over and over.
Yeah, it was. But it was on both sides too. It was actually a terrible game to watch because it was like you said. It was just dribble down, shoot 3, make it or not, then dribble down, shoot. You know what I mean? I'm so tired of that style of basketball, but it ain't going nowhere. So,
absolutely, you're absolutely right. It's not going anywhere. And before what happened last March happens this March, I'm going to put the kibosh on this bullshit right now.
Okay,
it's a football podcast, you cunts. Let's stay fucking focused. All right.
Hey, come on, man. It's Maryland. It's Maryland basketball.
I brought it up as a quip. We're now into storytelling.
All right. So I've already seen your bet, and it sounds like you're going along the same realms there as Mr. Graham did in some ways. So why don't you tell us what you got this week?
All right. This week I'm going to do a 3-game parlay with 1 game a day. So first I'm going to take Arsenal plus a half a goal over Liverpool at -150. The second game, I'll take Manchester United minus a half a goal over Brighton at -170. And finally, on Monday, I'll take Everton at minus a half a goal over Crystal Palace at -135. So on a $100 bet, will pay me $360. I will not get rid of a third of my debt because I will be down $1,315 if that bet pays off, which it probably won't. So,
Well, you need Arsenal to either win or draw. So a draw still hits for them, which, Sam, I think a draw is very likely for you guys against Liverpool.
Don't fucking tell them. They got to pay for it. Injury time. Patreon.com.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think United definitely beats Brighton. The one that worries me is Everton at home to Crystal Palace. Not that
really?
Not that I'm particularly worried about Crystal Palace, but Everton no do so good at home right now.
You fucking lost to Newcastle 2-0 at home. Jesus Christ.
Lost to Burnley, lost to Fulham. We lost to a lot of people at home.
Normally, let's say what I would do if Saturday and Sunday, both of them, and I went in on Monday, I would cover my $100 bet to only win $200. That would in the real world, that's what I would do.
Got it.
To cover my ass, because I'd rather have a free bet. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with only winning $260 and then losing nothing. You know what I'm getting at?
Yep.
But
I smell what you're stepping in, bro.
All righty, brother. We'll talk to you next week. Okay.
All right, sounds good. I will be traveling back from North Carolina again, so see how hungover I am this time.
Okay, sounds good, brother. Let me know.
All right, talk to you later.
Yep, bye.
Bye.
I missed, so I'm now down 520, but that's less than what you're down, Sam, so I'm a happy boy. But it has been documented in Vegas that after a bye week, when we get a new dog, I am an astonishing 55 1-4
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
25.8% of the time, Mr. Graham, it works 100% of the time. This week, I'm going to take one game with two bets. I'm going to take the over 2.5 goals with both sides to score in the Leicester City match. Leicester versus Manchester City match.
Okay.
And that is at plus 125.
Is this a parlay?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a parlay.
So
it's
both sides to score and over 2.5 goals.
Which I think it will easily happen.
I think you're probably right about that.
I think this is at least a 2-1 game.
Ooh,
at least a 2-1 game.
Severe thunderstorm warning until 9 p.m.
Oh, very good. All right. Well, that was a great segment, except for apparently your little weather report.
Update for Maryland on Sunday.
Your bet
Relevant how?
Your bet was very boring. So
Okay. Well, we give you more. We give
Do
you
we?
Kitty the chicken.
Well, Kitty was a touch too fulhamish as she sits at 14 and 16. Now, as I approached the coop this week, the Duchess was pleased to see I procured her a royal guard to protect her from the scoundrel foxes lurking about. This week, I gave Kitty Man United hosting Brighton. Kitty quickly regaled a story of the time she was enjoying cocktails at a swanky mixology bar with none other than Danny Boyle and Brad Pitt. And apparently Brad Pitt was very upset that he wasn't considered for the role of Renton in Trainspotting.
Danny Boyle directed that movie.
Yeah, well, Danny tried to explain that Ewan is not only a great actor, but a Scotsman and was perfect for the role. While they disagreed on that, they are both United supporters, and so Kitty picked them to win over Brighton.
Brad Pitt would be a fucking United supporter, wouldn't he? What sweat?
I'd like some credit. That was brilliant fucking writing.
I did a great job. You're correct. And do you know what else is very correct, gentlemen? Do you remember to always gamble legally and responsibly?
You mean Kitty doesn't write her own bits?
No, not at all. I would like credit for working in The New Dog that happens to be named after a Trainspotting character while being at a cocktail bar. Full circle. That is brilliant fucking writing.
It writes itself,
All right,
really.
so behind the scenes, I'm in here today doing a little work.
Oh, to do the giggle.
He does. He busts open the door like Kramer, stands there, holding the computer, grinning with his entire face.
Probably naked.
He had underwear on.
No, I was wearing what I'm wearing right now, but I do lean the computer up against the belly. It is held up by the belly.
Does the whole thing, and I just look at him and go, really? And he goes, it was brilliant. Brilliant. And then as he's shutting the door, brilliant. It was.
You know what's funny is the Seinfeld comes on TBS on Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't fall back asleep after about 8 o'clock. So I went downstairs, started watching Seinfeld, cooked breakfast for everybody, did all that kind of shite. And the Real Peterman bus tour came on. And I think you should go on a Real Kitty bus tour.
Yes, we should.
I think that'd be pretty fucking funny. I know. I see what's happening. And I'm pretty much out of material for filling for the fantasy that didn't happen this week. So
yeah,
let's, what else we got going on?
Parting words. Well, we need to have a little conversation about
this little Spitsworth we're about to get. The fuck is that?
That'll be on injury time. We'll
Which
talk
you can
about
find at www.patreon.com/DUfootballshow and signing up to one of the top 2 tiers.
And we are going to talk about the horse assery. No, mute button.
Was good.
Mute button.
So good.
Wrong show.
You
Fuck
can
off.
talk about it when we're doing injury time. Right now, you shut the fuck up entirely. We are going to go ahead and call out the Tramshamocrity. That is the train wreck. That is my wife / producer of the show. Fucking producer Mel just tried to fucking pull over on us.
Damn.
It's bullshit. But stop making it about you. We have far more bigger things to focus on.
Listen.
Sam Graham, it is parting words and it is time for you to take responsibility.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Responsibility.
I have no words.
We make commitments in life, and when we make those commitments,
we cheat on our wives. I mean, it's like, no, I'm just kidding.
We also make failures, and those failures are things like telling people you're going to lose a certain amount of weight, and then you don't lose a certain amount of weight.
Yes, I fucked it. I absolutely fucked it. It didn't work. I slipped on some ice and tweaked my groin, and I couldn't work out for 10 days.
And now your asshole is mine. It will be forever branded
Please
with D-back.
qualify
It'll be
that.
mine. Asshole.
Please qualify
is
that.
mine. No, it is.
So the bet was, if I did not lose 10 pounds, that I would, the bet with you
Yes.
was that I had to get something tattooed on me.
Mhm.
And that I didn't want necessarily. And so that will be happening. I have to call my boy Tony DeVille, shout out at DeVille Inc. On all the social medias. He's a very good friend of mine. Carly used to sponsor him with Jaeger. He's awesome.
Very aware of his work. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's wonderful. He was on Ink Masters Angels first season.
Absolutely.
Yep. Anyway, that's besides the point. So I only lost 5 pounds at the end of the day.
Which isn't what?
It's not 10.
Yeah. See, this pleases me because I'm fat. And so you losing 5 pounds is 5 more pounds than I've lost recently, but it's just your failure. Your failure. It pleases me.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to get what tattooed on you?
Either D-back or DUFS.
Yeah. D-back or DUFS.
Which I will get somewhere, I promise.
Yep. It's got to be somewhere on your body. You can hide it in a tattoo if you want. It could be nice and small, but it has to be on you.
I'm going to put it in the black part of the swallow's tail.
No. It has to be visible. Somebody if one of our listeners walks up to you and says, I want to see the tattoo, you got to be able to show it to them. That's why
I can't put it on my taint then, can I? No.
I like
That's
that
not
idea.
happening. I'm not getting a right angle tattooed on me. Come on.
All right.
But to everyone that promised money towards this was obviously for charity. To anybody that promised money towards, it was $2 a pound. A couple people decided to go above and beyond that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So you owe $10. You can split it up 5 and 5, which I would prefer you do personally. But you can do 10 to one charity if you want, if one of them is more near and dear to your heart. But those would be the Craig Willinger Fund and Kick It Out, which is the anti-racism organization. The Craig Willinger Fund, again, one more time for those that don't know, is a Baltimore-based charity that is basically soccer Make-A-Wish. They take terminally ill kids and they take them to games kind of their choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Overseas. They go and make sure these kids get to see their team play at least once.
Most popular one, most recognizable one of recent time would be Huddersfield Town.
Yep.
With the young lady who had lost her hair to
I was worried you were going to fix it.
make the
That was the
tattoo
first
better.
thought. That was the first thought that came to my mind.
Yep, I
And
think
was
that's
worried.
pretty great.
I was worried
I
she
think
was
that's
going to
pretty
actually
great.
fix it. Yeah.
The
I'll put a picture of this up in the DU Football Club so they can see it.
Your amazing artwork. You're still trying to redeem yourself, but you haven't. What you have just done prior to this was an excusable woman.
Charity.
Yes, but
The most important aspect of this
Yes.
is charity.
chemotherapy. She had lost all of her hair, and she started to relate herself to being like Aaron Moy
Aaron Moy
of Huddersfield Town.
Because he's bald.
And she got to go over and see a game. He walked out with her onto the pitch, and of course, he also scored a goal in the match as well.
And did some extra shit with her.
Yeah.
Like, she had the experience of being a mascot. But spent some time with her, brought her into the dressing room, did all sorts of extras, which was awesome. And it's just really it's a wonderful, wonderful charity. It really is. And
agreed.
Of this parish, Simon is at least at one point, I'm not sure if he still is, at one point served on the board of this project. So very, very cool. Simon of the Charm City Gooners.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So very, very cool stuff. And I've played in a couple of charity soccer games with them and tried to raise some money. And it's awesome. It's an awesome, awesome cause. And Kick It Out, of course, anti-racism, very near and dear to our hearts. That's kind of where Don't Be a Cunt stemmed from.
Yep.
In general.
Which you're going to have
DBAC.
tattooed on your asshole. And if anybody asks to see it, you will bend down, grab your ass cheeks, and present D-back for them to see.
I should get it as a tramp stamp.
I told you that. I told you that one before too. So your Carly had some place to aim for target practice.
Anyway, definitely support both these causes. I ask that I personally would appreciate a $5 donation to each. But if one of them fancies you a bit more, just do 10 to them. I want you all to make sure you get the tax write-off for it. We are not a 501c3. I cannot give you a tax receipt. So you have to donate on your own. I really hope the commitment you made to me in Drunken United Football Club, our closed group, Drunken United FC on Facebook, the commitment that you all made to me, I hope that you will honor that commitment. And if you would, you can black out any information you want. Please share your receipts. Let us know you donated. Also put some peer pressure on the ones that are on the fence. Would be nice. And that's awesome. Thank you all very much again. It was a journey. It was fun. Not so much fun, but it was work, and I had a good time, and I fucked it. So
it was a journey and
not in a good way, like Villa.
Self-realization and hatred as you became a member of the Peloton cult.
I don't have a fucking Peloton.
Have they hurt you yet?
No, I owned it. I fucking owned it, mate. Let the Peloton shite go. I got a poo-boo.
No.
Okay?
No.
I have a poo-boo. It was $325 on Amazon.
You're right.
Fuck you.
You spent all this money on a Peloton.
I don't have a Peloton.
Just to have your asshole tattooed D-back. Your ass is
You
mine,
tell yourself
Graham.
whatever your fat ass wants to tell yourself. You fucking asshole.
And I need you to do a little bit of math for me, Sam, and let me know what those grand totals were. And as I told you, I was going to match, so I will match and do my payments as well.
I will
Which
let
is
you know.
Probably going to be like $50 each or $60 each because you failed at life.
No, we
Again,
actually had a fair amount of people commit to it.
Like Jose
So,
Mourinho,
I have it
you
written.
failed at life, Sam.
Go ahead, Mel. Push the button. Push the Jose button for the second. Oh, we got to switch boards. I fucked it there.
And I repeat, so I don't want any doubts about that. I feel sorry that my team is the team that
And Sam Graham.
didn't bring to the game not just the basics of football, I believe the basics of life.
And Sam Graham.
So I do have a list on my fridge written down of everybody that said they were going to do it. So I will call you out if you don't.
Yeah. Please let me know and I'll do my part as well. That's going to wrap it up, boys and girls. So next up is injury time. We're not going to plug it again because he's already plugged it about 5 fucking times.
Patreon.com back to the football show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where we're going to preview the weekend's action. We're going to talk about the beers that we've been drinking. Got a little bit of an update on our boy Ben K as well, the head groundskeeper of Chorley No More. Somebody's
a solid update.
Somebody's got a little promotion.
Mel, can I say the ever parched Sam Houston was glad to hear?
Oh yeah,
He was thirsty.
He can say it. You can't. Mute button. You're still in jail. You know what you did.
I could say it because he was really cheating on me as he pursued this man.
You know what you did. Until next week, everybody.
Good night.
You know what you did.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Snub of my lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Drunken United! Drunken United! Hit the fucking mute button!